Is this a drill or something?
Greetings, Exalted Ones. My name is Dash. After seeing Star Wars The Force Awakens, I 100% believe that we're going to see Supreme Leader Snoke, aka Darth Plagueis, in Star Wars Rebels. And historically, Star Wars has always aimed to do this. They expand upon their characters from the movies in their other mediums. And logically, if you think about Darth Maul from The Phantom Menace, when he was bisected, we didn't think we'd see him again outside of the expanded universe, games and books, etc. However, they did bring him back, and when they chose to do so officially in canon, it wasn't in the TV series. So it makes sense that Snoke, and I'm going to refer to him also as Plagueis, gets brought back and his story is unfolding. The reason being for Rebels is that Snoke has been betrayed by Palpatine some 15 years before at least, and he's recuperating. Palpatine believes him to be dead. And there's an old saying, "The enemy of my enemy is my friend." Now, if you've been betrayed by your former apprentice, maybe he's forsaken the Sith, maybe he hasn't, what you're going to be planning for is revenge. And he would know that he was at a total disadvantage watching from the sidelines. And Andy Serkis himself said that he wasn't present during the original trilogy, but he was somewhat aware of what was going on. And I believe what was happening was he was rebuilding his strength. So I think that he's going to be a force that tries to help the rebels, not necessarily in a good way. He's never going to be a good character, but trying to kind of push them forward to overthrow the Empire and kind of nudge on the rebellion, because it helps his own insidious plans to take over again. And then when he finally does rise to power, you know, it is with the First Order against the Resistance. But he did the same thing with Kylo Ren. He mentored him, he seduced him in the Force, and I think that Ezra looks like such a great candidate for him to actually take on as an apprentice, or try and at least sway them. Anybody that's not on Emperor Palpatine's team, if you will, whether it's an Inquisitor or Vader, is fair game for him to try and turn. He doesn't have the strength at the moment to actually take them on one-on-one, so he needs an apprentice really strong in the Force, and that is 100% in my mind where Ezra or Kanan or even Ahsoka could come into play. I mean, what sounds better than I taught Palpatine, I know who the Sith Lord is, and I can give you unlimited power to beat them. You just have to give yourself to me. But it'd be far more seductive. I mean, he turned the son of a Solo and Skywalker, so obviously he knows how to seduce people into doing his bidding or his will. So I think, you know, we're going to see him when. Obviously, it's going to be far after Darth Vader and Ahsoka have their showdown, but I just know in my heart of hearts that there's going to be some kind of story unraveling of Supreme Leader Snoke in there somewhere. And I believe that he's actually going to come for Ezra in Rebels. Now, people have said that Ezra was Kylo Ren, and obviously that's been disproven, but I think this is actually a really good platform to find out a couple of bigger questions that weren't answered in Star Wars The Force Awakens whilst we're waiting for Star Wars Episode 8. And obviously the anthologies aren't going to be covering that meaty content as well. But the beauty of this video is it's just the start of the conversation. Our love of Star Wars surrounds and it binds us together. So let me know in the comments below, do you believe we'll see Supreme Leader Snoke in Star Wars Rebels? Because if you love Star Wars, I want to talk to you about it. It's as simple as that. If you want to stay up to date with the latest Star Wars videos on origins, games, and theories, don't forget to use those force powers of yours and hit subscribe. And hey, leave a comment below about what you want to see in future videos. It may just get covered. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you. Always.